Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss Rena L. General.
Yours truly, Lomwe.
Yo, this is Black Jet.
Stevo Timothy, Farmer Michael.
What it do, what it does.
What up, people? This was good.
You're listening to or tuned into
The 5Roundz podcast.
5Roundz.
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 Make sure you stick it right here because it's litty.
What it do?
What is going on? What's happening, guys? How you doing? Welcome to 5Roundz. I am Untitled. This is OV2 Nice.
Yep. What it do? What it does? I always say. How was your Saturday? Hope you have a good weekend out there. It's another brilliant interview, isn't it? Go on, Untitled. Anyway, I'll leave it to you.
Give us 2 minutes. I can hear an echo.
Yeah. See, the thing is, because you're an artist, so you music, you hear too many sounds. You know that kind of way.
Okay. I'm just gonna jump out and jump back in. All right.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
You carry on. On. I'll jump off and jump back on.
By the way, guys, welcome to another fantastic episode of 5Roundz. As you already say, you know, we always do this Friday every day at 7 p.m. You always catch us on Instagram where we have fantastic topics that we'll be talking about and we'll be debating about against us. And of course, as well, for you viewers to give in your view, like what we had yesterday. I don't know if you had actually seen it. If you haven't seen it, go back onto our page and check it out. And of course, when you go back to our page, subscribe, like, and share to your friends. We were talking about polygamy yesterday. It was a really, really heated up conversation because, you know, it's something that is going on and people really need to put a point. So as I say, go back to our page on YouTube and actually look at that and give us a thought of what you think. And of course, as I say, subscribe, like, and share. You know,
yeah, man.
And I see Untitled is back.
I'm back. I'm back in the building. Like Ovi said, let's, before we start the show, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and you hit the bell button. Today, we're doing things a little bit differently. We normally are live on Instagram at about now, but what we're doing today is we've got a special guest. We've got a special guest. This guy is a rapper. He's done a few good songs. He's also done an opening act for Stevo Timothy and Paddy Barnes' recent fight. Do you know what I mean? He's a very articulate artist with a good opinion and actually great content. But without further ado, I am going to introduce to you Versey. What's going on, man?
What's the story? Untitled over here with you. That's so good.
Good. Welcome to the show, Mr. Versey.
Thanks for having me. Been waiting a long time to come on here.
No, thanks for coming.
Hopefully it wasn't too long, man. The pleasure is ours, boss.
Worth the wait.
We're happy to have you. We're happy to have you. And most of all, we know you're here, and it's all about putting out there to the people, the fans, the people that are watching, to let them know, they should understand who Versey is. You know what I mean? It's not us. It's for those people out there, so they can know who Versey is. What do you do? Who are you? You know, the kind of way people can see you in music and listen to your music, but they don't know who really you are. That's the whole point you're out here on this show.
The man behind the music, huh?
Exactly.
It's like VH1 behind the music.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. So we're not gonna dilly dally. We're gonna get straight into it, bro. First question I wanted to ask you: what's it like in the day in the life of Versey? What's it like? For you as a person.
It's probably just like anybody else's day. You get up for work in the morning. You go to work. You come home. You have deal with family, kids, the whole lot, and then they go to bed. You get a couple hours to yourself, and you go to bed, and you're up early again the next morning to do it all over again. So it's the same.
So everybody else. So
you live the lifestyle of a superhero, yeah?
Super dad, yeah.
Super dad. Oh man,
I'll try.
Super dad by day and rapper by night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh man, nah, that's
that's the way the kids see it anyway. So
absolutely.
Once they're happy, I'm happy. You know.
Fred, just a quick question I wanted to ask you before you said that. So, normal life every day. When does the time of music come in anyway? Just out of curiosity, real quick, where does the time come in?
I write my music usually when I'm in work. I hope my manager's not watching now. But you know,
hey, we're not trying to get you sacked.
Skiving off to every 10 minutes, you know. But no, when I get my tea breaks and lunch breaks and stuff, I'm usually in the car with the headphones in, writing music, and then I'll get a couple hours here or there over the weekend to record the songs, you know.
All right.
And then, you know, I'll do the writing and the recording, and then I'll get them sent off for mixing and mastering and stuff, you know. So I make the time. It's not a whole lot of time, but I make the time, you know.
No, that's good, man. That's good. So
balance everything.
I actually wanted to ask you, where are you from, Versey? Where is Versey from?
Ballybrack. Ballybrack.
Ballybrack.
If you hear the song, you know.
I sing that song. Yeah, Ballybrack. Yeah. So it's praising you where you're from, born and raised. Yeah.
So it's a suburb in South County Dublin. So.
Cool. So I mean, I'm not from. I don't know where Ballybrack is because I think Ovi knows, but I don't know where is Ballybrack.
Yeah, so it's on South County Dublin near it's just beside Dunleary. It's kind of just really close to kind of Wicklow. Again, if you're not from Ireland, like, you know, like you wouldn't be familiar with it, but again, Ovi probably would be, you know. So.
No, that's good. No, that's good. Next question. Is music your main passion? Apart from music, do you have any other passions? You know, anything else?
I like music, movies. You know, football. You know, anything that a normal guy would be into. You know, like I'm sure we'd all be more or less into the same kind of stuff. But other than like music and movies and sports, is kind of, you know, there's not much else that would interest me, to be honest with you. Say it again.
But so so in this case, would you say music is it a route that you'd say that, okay, but this is my main passion?
You know, I love doing it, but you know, it's just something that I do on the side. You know what I mean? It's just something that just keeps me busy and, you know, keeps me out of trouble. So as much as I put my heart and soul into it, like it's not a priority, you know. More important things in life. I'm not doing music 9 to 5 every single day of the week in the studio, writing morning till night. You know, I just make time for it on the side, and you know, and if it turns out well, and, you know, and people enjoy it, I'll just keep doing it. You know.
We've got Robert Mlotte in the comments. Welcome, Robert.
Welcome, Robbie.
Guys, we have Versey today. He is a rapper, an Irish rapper from Ballybrack. Is that correct?
Yeah, Ballybrack.
Ballybrack, the South.
I'll have to give you the grand tour one of the days.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So guys, if you've just joined in, please, if you have any questions to ask him. If you want to check out his music as well, it's in the description. Next question. We go for the next question.
Well, the next question basically is what I want to ask you. So recently you had performed behind. I think you actually made the theme song for the fight that recently happened. One of the biggest charity events that happened this year in Ireland. You know, the fight of Steve. You know what I mean? And you were part of it between Stevo and Paddy, who is two-time Olympic medalist. He's a two-time, is a three-time, I'd say. Yeah, it's one of the biggest charity events that happened this year because there's the amount of money that was raised, and you were the person that went to do the theme song for this event, and you performed there. What's the story behind it? I mean, how did this come about? Because you from Dublin, from Ballybrack, Steve is from Galway, Paddy is from the north of Ireland. So how did this come about to say, okay, Versey, you are going to make the theme song?
Well, I've always been a fan of Stevo anyway, and always
Okay.
watching his content online. And it turns out he was a huge fan of the Welcome to Ballybrack song.
Oh.
So, and he's a fan of my music in general. So we kind of got talking on social media about, because Stevo does a bit of music himself the odd time, you know. And we got chatting online about possibly doing a collaboration, working on a song together. And we had been in talks for a few weeks, going back and forth, you know, with ideas and stuff. And then obviously this thing came up. Stevo wanted to do the fight, and I kind of said to myself, sure, what if kind of we did some sort of a song for the fight? And Stevo, in the beginning, Stevo wanted us both to do a song, you know, together.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We'll see how things pan out. And I had this beat that was made by Freak Show Beats, Kieran Flaherty from Tipperary. He made the beat. I had it kind of in the stash the last year and a half, right? And I heard this beat, and it has the Irish flute in it, and I was like, oh, this beat, they need something on it, something hard on this beat, you know. And I was kind of waiting for that right opportunity. So when Steve kind of had all the details in place, you know, and things locked down in regards to the fight, I kind of got writing over the beat, and I sent him like a 10, 20-second snippet, which I had thought that he was just gonna maybe use it for his entrance music, you know. I sent him the 20, 30-second snippet, whatever it was, and he replied back saying, listen, that's not my entrance song. He said, that is the theme song for the fight.
All right.
I'd only written about 8 to 10 bars at this point. He says, can you come up to Galway and this day next week and perform it live? I was like, okay. I had to write the song, record the song, get it mixed and mastered, learn it off by heart, and so that's how that came about. And of course, that's where I met you, Ovi, up at the conference and stuff. And you know, I performed it up there. And then as soon as kind of things progressed further, leading up to the fight, lineups changed for the fight and stuff, and things were kind of changing every few days. So I wasn't particularly happy with the original song in the first place, because I was kind of under a bit of pressure to get it ready, you know. So I actually went back and rewrote the song and re-recorded the song and got everything fully mixed and mastered again, and it ended up being the actual song that we performed on the night a couple of weeks back in Galway. So that's kind of how that all came about. And I was absolutely delighted to be a part of it, and you know, I'm delighted. I can't thank Steve enough for having me involved. And if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be talking to you here today. You know,
you never know, bro.
You never know. You never know what we're gonna meet.
You never know. What's the name of this song, by the way, for people's reference?
Yeah, so it's Let's Get Ready. And you know, I forgot to mention the most important part. Obviously, this is for charity, and you know, I recorded the song also, you know, in aid of the Irish Wheelchair Association. So every stream, download, purchase, you name it, that from you know, made from the song, will go towards the Irish Wheelchair Association. So
all right, that's fantastic.
Okay, so guys, if you want to support the Irish Wheelchair Association, go and play Versey's song. I think you can also still donate to the Irish Wheelchair Association.
Yeah, you still can.
I think the link is still the GoFundMe link is still there. It's still
active. So guys, if you want to support the Irish Wheelchair Association, guys, you know, check out Versey's song. Let's get ready steady. You know what I'm saying? Show your support, guys. Show your support. So next question for you guys. We're gonna go into your music career now, the music side of things, right? So what's the story behind your name, Versey? You know, is there a definition, or is there a story, or is there both?
That's my name. That's my surname. That's my surname.
Oh,
Ian,
for real?
Yeah, Ian Versey. That's my
Go away.
So that was it. You see, I used to go by the name of Versatile.
But then
and now
there's Versatile in Ireland.
Then there's Versatile came out, and and you know, a guy that I had been a close friend of mine who I was doing music with back then, he was like, you know, you need to kind of rebrand yourself. He says, who are you? I says, what do you mean, who am I? I'm Versey. He goes, well, that's who you are. You're Versey from here on in. And I was like, makes sense. Just be me. You know? They're probably the best bit of advice I've ever gotten, you know.
Oh, so it's just, I didn't know. I actually never thought it was the actual surname. By the way, people who didn't know Versey's name, who would be watching this, so that's his government name. He said it to you. It's Ian Versey, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's his government name. So his rap name is actually his real name, pretty much.
Hey man,
That's it. They keep it simple, you know.
Yeah.
That's good, man. No, that's good. It's like he's like a Jack Harlow or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what? To be honest, I can't think of a rapper that uses his real name like that. Will you have any?
There are a few. There actually.
Yeah.
I probably can't think off the top of my head at the minute, but I'm sure there's quite a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eric Sermon. Eric Sermon. He used his name. There are quite a few, man. Honestly.
Yeah, I never thought about it. I just think it'd only be maybe people who sing rock or soul, R&B. Maybe don't use the real name.
I think a lot of rappers now are kind of it's more common now for them to use the kind of their real name. Yeah. So all the other names are taken, you know.
Everything is gone, like, you know what I mean.
Everything is gone. They might start naming themselves. Hey man, I'm COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm Vid-19.
I'm Vid-19. I'm Pfizer. You get me? Yeah, man. So I've got next question for you, bro. So listen, I'll just bring a question up here. On the Lab TV Ireland, you said you wanted to go a different direction with your music, right? You wanted to go diverse with it. You wanted a diverse edge to your music. Why? Why is that the case? I think you mentioned that you didn't want to sort of fall in line with the music that is there now.
Yeah, it's you know, I'm sure you know yourself. Every kind of everything you hear on the radio, everything you see on TV, it's a lot of it kind of sounds the same. And particularly with Irish hip hop, there's too many similarities between what everybody's doing, like, you know. And I wanted to just kind of switch it up. I wanted to do because I consider myself a kind of you know, a storyteller more so than a rapper, like, you know, that kind of way. And I wanted to kind of, you know, tell stories but not just the stories of my life, kind of, you know, stories that would just, you know, capture the people's ear and, you know, keep them interested. So it's a mixture of kind of fact and fiction, which I kind of, I don't kind of see enough of that in Irish hip hop. There's people that are doing, that are telling lies in a lot of their music just to kind of get to where they want to go. Whereas when I'm telling stories, I'm not telling lies. I'm telling stories. There's a difference between telling lies and telling stories. You know what I mean? You know, that kind of way. And with the, like, I did that Lab TV interview before the album came out. Yeah, and I think I lived up to the kind of statement I made when you listen to it, like the album. I know you were saying you had listened to it. If you listen to it from start to finish, there's a lot of storytelling in it, you know, about my life, and then there's just the storytelling in it. That's just storytelling to keep the listeners entertained as well, you know. And then there was songs there where I just went in, you know, bars just to showcase that, look, even though I can do the serious stuff, I can do the dancey kind of stuff. Don't get it twisted. I still got bars, you know. So I think I can do it. So when I said I wanted to go a different direction, I just wanted to showcase to people that I can do a bit of everything, you know. I'm not just a one trick pony.
It's okay. No, that's good. I wanted to expand on that album that you just spoke about, Ballybrack. Since you've gone into it, we're gonna get straight into the album. So Ballybrack, what were your thoughts behind that album? When you thought, let me bring out an album, I'm gonna call it Ballybrack, and this is how I'm gonna do it. Like, I want to know what was the process behind creating this album. Tell us what it's about. And you know.
Well, first of all, prior to bringing out, you know, the Welcome to Ballybrack song, this was before I brought out the album. Even I didn't really have a following, you know, that kind of way. And I was trying to figure out a way that I can kind of get a following, at least locally. Anyway,
okay, yes.
You know, so I kind of figured out, well, look, I'm gonna bring out an album and just call it Ballybrack the album and plaster it everywhere, because you know, you know, because then
people from Ballybrack will see Ballybrack.
Exactly. Exactly. So as soon as people see Ballybrack the album, oh, I'm from Ballybrack. This could be interesting. That like on that, you know what I mean? Follow on that. Let's see what the story is. So then, of course, like I at that time, I to be honest, I hadn't even really kind of started recording the album. You know, I was just kind of setting things in motion and seeing what the feedback would be like. And then I brought out the song "Welcome to Ballybrack." Went viral. People loved it. I'm like, okay, I could be onto something here, you know. I have the people's ear now, but I got it. It's one thing getting the people's ear, and it's another thing keeping them. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, welcome to Ballybrack the album. I have to proceed with this and just stick to me guns and go with it. And you know, it took about 2 or 3 years for everything to kind of come together and eventually get it released, you know. But in the end, it was kind of all worth it. I had hyped it up so much. And you know, especially with kind of the names that I got on there, and considering a lot of those guys would kind of have never even heard of me, like the legends of Irish hip hop that I had on the album, so to speak, had never even heard of me, you know. So to get them on the album, it's like they trusted kind of.
We're doing something good,
exactly. Trusted that I was doing something right, and to have them on that, and just to see everything come to fruition and put it together and eventually put it out, and you know, the people loved it, and I was absolutely delighted with it. But you know, looking back on it now, I think even now I'm still probably putting out. I'm still bettering myself each time, and I think even now I'm probably putting out better music now than I even did back then when I brought out the album, like, you know. So that was kind of how that kind of came
so
to
basically,
it was just getting the people's ear first by just planting back everywhere, you know, and it worked.
So basically, you would say that if you were living in Blackrock at the time, you would have been Blackrock the album.
Exactly. Blackrock the album, Still Oregon the album, Fox Rock the album, you know, it works. And no matter where you're from, it works.
Yeah.
So there's a tip for any
artists out there
that are listening, you know.
Just talk about where you come from, and they're gonna love you anyway because you're talking about where you're coming from.
That's it, man.
Because like another reason behind that as well, because if you kind of look at the album cover, right, and the way Ballybrack, the font is the Hollywood font, you know. So the other kind of reason why I call it Ballybrack the album is because, you know, I felt like that's my Ballybrack is like my Hollywood. You know what I mean? It's my life. I'm telling my movie, my story in that album. You know? So that's a kind of another way of looking at it as well.
And nobody can tell it better. I like that.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
it's authentic. That's very good, man.
Yeah.
Before Ovi asks the next question, guys, if you're just joining, welcome to 5Roundz, guys. If you're new, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, so do the following: like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button so you don't miss anything that we bring out. Right? We've got Versey today. You know, we've got Versey. He's pretty much taking us on a journey, on a musical journey about his life, his album, you know, sort of his insights, and also representing Ballybrack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and I love the fact that kind of you're asking the question about the album and how it came, because because a lot of people, I've always kind of wanted somebody to ask me that and what the process was and the reasoning behind that and the thought that went into it. And it's one thing that every time I've been interviewed, it's the question that kind of I want people to ask me. They don't.
Yeah, you're waiting. Like, come on, ask me.
You know, that question has to be asked because you know you're talking about, you know, like you're sort of talking about your creed. This is your place, you know, where it all starts. You know, so it's important for you to tell us like why and how and
that's how it is.
Exactly. Now, Ovi, over to you.
Over to me again.
Yeah. So
look, this the next question I'm going to ask you, it's something everybody does go through. Even it doesn't have to be an artist, it doesn't have to be you, doesn't have to. It's everybody goes through. But we want it in your shoes, right? As a performing artist,
right, yeah.
What's the biggest challenge that you've ever been through? Like, what has been your biggest ever challenge as a performing artist?
Kind of getting over nerves and stuff.
All right.
On stage. You know, because like I used to do music a long time ago, and I was putting out music, and it was nowhere near good enough to be putting out, like, you know. So I kind of took a hiatus, so to speak, for a good 5-6 years, and I got back into the music right after I did the Welcome to Ballybrack song. You know, I got asked to do my first gig in about 10-11 years, and I got up on that stage. It was a charity gig, and I got up on that stage, and you know, I did most of the show. I did most of the set with my eyes closed, and my leg was just shaking and going 90, and it was just like I hadn't been on stage in so long, and I got through it barely, you know, and that was the real and then each time I was asked to do a gig, I was like, oh, here we go again. Am I going to be able to do it? And I think it got about 2 or 3 gigs in before I really started feeling comfortable on stage. Get used to it. Like even now, doing this podcast, I feel really comfortable talking to you lads. You know, it's just like having the lads around the gas.
Yeah, having a chat.
That's
you know,
it, man.
And I remember doing an interview with the Lab TV. I think the first interview I did with them went really well, and I had did a gig in Limerick there about 2 years ago, and the Lab TV guys came to the hotel to interview me and a couple of other lads that were on the bill, and it was an absolutely horrendous interview. You know, the camera was on me. He was asking questions. I was stuttering through the whole thing, struggling to answer simple questions. And I had to say, like, I got in contact with him. I said, look, I don't want you to put this interview out. It was an absolute nightmare there. Like, look, whatever you think. But, you know, the last few interviews I've been doing, I've been feeling really comfortable and really getting into this stuff. So it was a struggle in the beginning, getting back into the music, getting into the getting interviewed on stage, all that stuff, feeling comfortable doing things. And now I feel I'm in a place where I'm really comfortable. And a prime example of that was when I did the charity gig 2 weeks ago. I just felt like that I was so comfortable with what I was doing, performing. I did not want to get out of that ring when I was performing. I wanted to get back in. I was like, come on, come on, get me back in there. I was raring to go. I loved it, and it's still buzzing off of it as well. Like, you know? No, absolutely. Even that song, it gets you geared up. You know, it's like, it gets you like, let's get ready. It's like, for me, when I was listening to that song, I was like, geez, and it's got an Irish twist to it as well. I don't know what instrument that is, but
the flute. That just brings it the authenticity of that. This is an Irish hip hop song.
Yeah, and I want to shout out, I think I mentioned his name earlier, Freak Show Beats from Tipperary, who produced that. Did an absolutely stellar job.
Shout out Freak Show.
But he's one of these guys that likes to lurk in the background and not be he doesn't like getting his just due.
Yeah, he doesn't want his name.
You know what I mean? Exactly. You know,
not on 5Roundz, bro. Shout out
5Roundz. Shout out Freak Show.
Okay. We've got a comment from Ricky P. Ira. What's happening?
Ricky is a legend. Me and Ricky have some music on the way.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Big up Ricky P, man.
Big up Ricky P.
So big up for the support.
Let me ask you this one now.
Yeah.
In general, yourself.
Yeah.
Despite only being an artist, but you as Versey, as a human, as Ian Versey, what is your proudest moment in life? When is that time you can think you top of your head that this is my proudest moment?
My children, I suppose. You know, my 3 kids. You know, I'm sure a lot of men will probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
The proudest moment of your life, becoming a father. You know.
So you got.
So you know you're a man, huh?
How many kids you got?
3.
3. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the 2 of a boy and 2 girls. So I kept on my toes, you know.
Yeah. Are you gonna advise the boy into rapping, no? Or the girls maybe?
You know what? He's mad into his hip hop. You know.
Yeah. How about the girls?
So with. My youngest one now, she's really big into all sorts of music, you know. She'd listen to anything and everything, and the other one is she'd be more into the pop stuff and Little Mix and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that kind of stuff. Just
Yeah, she's a real girl, you know.
I don't just have you ever tried? Do you ever play your music? Let's say play the music in the house, and what would be their reaction? We didn't know that. Oh, that's Daddy singing.
Yeah. No, I don't go around playing my music in the house every day of the week. You know, that's me, kids.
Yeah. Listen to your daddy.
You know, but a lot of the time, if I record something new, you know, I play it and I say, "Oh, what do you think?" The kids be like, "Yeah, that's good. They wouldn't be giving too much away, like, you know. They make me wonder, maybe it's not good as I'm thinking it is, you know. I'm packing the boots, so
and then you change it, boys, that is good.
Go to the corner.
That is absolutely. So Versey. Look, it's a fantastic story. We see that. Look, that's the proudest. If I was you, that would be my proudest moment as well. You know, it comes back to that. Whatever you do every day, as you know yourself, you come back and you know I've got these 3 little kids in the back. If I go back to a little bit of music. I ask you again something that every artist, everyone who's a rapper. Yeah.
Hold on a minute, man.
Always
just taking over the whole interview. What's going on?
The whole interview, man.
Please. Okay. So we as you said, let's take it back to Paddy Brack, the Paddy Brack album, because I asked you about how it came about and all of that. I still have a few questions about Paddy Brack, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song on the album and why? Yeah. What was the best song you did? You think, oh man. Like Jeezy, when Jeezy did a song, he was like, "This is the realest shit I ever wrote." You know what I mean? You could tell that he was feeling the song he did. You know what I mean? I think it was "My President" was the song that he said that. So what was your best song?
Of a few, I think back on the Paddy Brack anyway is my favorite one to perform. Kind of, and because people know the song and they sing it back to you. It's just fun to perform.
What song was that? What song was that?
Welcome to Paddy Brack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So don't act like you don't know the hook one, Tally. Everyone.
It's so simple, man. I'm not going to embarrass myself here.
No, I'm not going to. I won't put you under the spotlight. You're all right. But there's a song on that album, I think it kind of went over a lot of people's heads, and it's called Through It All.
Okay.
It's kind of about struggles, but kind of, I know everybody goes through stuff and everyone, but it was just, it's one of the songs that kind of was really personal, and I think I have a rapper called Deanie on the tour verse. He did a stellar job on his verse, and Ollie Sloan from Brighton in the UK came in and did the hook on it, and it's just one of those songs that I when I go back and listen to it, I'm almost crying myself listening to the song.
Wow.
I'm kind of, it's one of those when I'm listening to it, I'm not hearing me, I'm hearing kind of somebody else's story, because I think everybody can kind of relate to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going through the struggles of life and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when I'm hearing the song, I'm like, is that really me talking? Did I really write that? And I kind of, it's like an outer body experience when I listen to it. It's and then, I got a couple of people that sent me messages about it, and they were like, "Look, this song helped me get through really tough times and stuff." And it's helped. It seemed to help a lot of people get through whatever they're going through. And I'm really proud of that song. It's probably one of my favorite songs on the album. And it's kind of, I know you probably expect me to go with something a bit more maybe upbeat or a bit more harder, but that's
not at all.
In fairness, I have a few on there that I really like, and I love performing, and it's I don't think a lot of albums have kind of album fillers. You know what I mean? And there's songs that are just thrown in for the sake of it. And I don't think I have one of them on the album. Every song has a meaning to it. Every song is it's placed where it needs to be placed. There's no album fillers. I think I'm really proud with how it turned out.
Wow.
But I think Through It All is probably one of my favorite songs from the album if I had to pick one.
Wow, Through It All. Okay, I need to listen to that. I need to listen to that song. So I know what, because normally the song, the one that you handpick is the one you put a lot into, you know. So
yeah, and I'm kind of because even it's and I never did a video for it, and even today I think it's music is timeless. I think so. I think even still down the line, 2-3 years after an album comes out, you can still be shooting videos for songs. You know, I don't see why not. You know, so I probably will do a video for it at some point because at the end of the day, you know, it's one of these, as I said, it's one of these songs that everybody can relate to. So you can't put an expiry date on it, you know.
Yeah. It like you said, it's timeless, man. It's a story, and it will always be there. Oh man, go on. Sorry, go on.
No. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have another question about your album.
Keep going.
I'm gonna hit you with another. Actually, before I hit you with this question, let me just look at who's in the comments. Hazy Rain obviously said, "Yo, what's good, guys? Love your show. What's going on, Hazy Rain? Ricky is out here showing you love, bro. You know what I mean? Ricky, we appreciate it, man. Next question then is, look, the song Best For You, right? It involves a dialogue. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but it involves a dialogue between you and your cousin. I think your cousin's behind bars, and you're dreaming. So, you know, you're writing each other letters, and you're telling each other, look, you're dreaming of seeing each other again, having a pint, you know, taking over the rap game, you know. Are you at liberty to share this story? You know, what was the motivation behind it? What's the meaning behind this song? Do you know what I mean? Because there was a lot of emotion in this song, and you know, it's actually one of my favorites. I've listened to a few, and this is what that caught my ear.
No, I was going to lie to you there. I completely just kind of forgot about that song. And now if you go back to ask that question, that's probably one of the favorite, you know, because again, it's another one that is really close to my heart, and a lot of people can relate to. So the story behind that song is, I have been doing music with my cousin for quite a bit, and we kind of not really put anything solid out. We hadn't really got anything solid to kind of actually release. So he recorded this verse, the verse that he did on the song, he recorded for one of his own songs.
Yeah.
And you know, he had already been locked up. And he wrote this while he was inside, you know, and he recorded it when he got out. You know, but then when we recorded the song, he went back inside before he kind of got that and put out, you know. So I thought it would be a nice tribute to kind of put his verse on this song, to pluck that verse from the original song that he recorded and put it in this song. And it's like me communicating with him in real time while he's actually behind bars while I'm putting this song together.
Yeah.
So the premise behind the song was kind of like, you know, family, and how, you know, people have families that are kind of really close and tightly knit, you know, and they do everything together, go everywhere together, talk to each other every day. And then you have other families that kind of, they see each other the odd time, you know what I mean? Probably don't stay in contact as much as they should. And the only time you kind of might see some family members is, you know, maybe at, you know, a family gathering or a funeral, you know what I mean? And that's why you kind of, I write the bar. I say the bar in the song so you can be only seem to interact at funerals, you know, the kind of way. And it's about me kind of saying, look, we need to be closer than we are. You know what I mean? So when you get out of prison, I'm gonna look after you, take you under my wing. We kind of do this music together, set you up, be closer than we've ever been before. You know what I mean? And I was kind of, you know, and that song that was another one that kind of got a good reaction from people. That was the kind of, I think that was maybe the first ever song that he'd appeared on, you know. And another good story in regards to that song is I had written just in my part of the song, put his vocals on it, got Ollie Sloan once again on the hook, put the album out. He had no idea. He was inside, but he was able to get access to radio while he was inside. So I sent the song on to FM DJ, I think it was, or RTE Pulse, I think it was. And I said, look, they had only interviewed me a few days prior to you know, me sending. I sent them the song. They had only interviewed me a few days prior, and I had said, look, if I send you this song, my cousin listens to you every Friday while he's in his cell. He's not heard this song ever. Can you please play this song? He'll hear his voice on the radio for the first ever time while he's inside. You know, and sure enough, I sent them the song. They played it, and the song was blasting out in his cell. And he was saying, this is Versey, my cousin. Oh, I can't wait to hear this song. And next minute, he comes on and he's like,
his vocals coming. He's like, what is going on?
What the hell? And he'd never heard this song before in his life.
Hey man, I thought.
And look, I'm getting goosebumps just imagining what his reaction would have been when he heard his song on the radio. And then I got him a copy of the album and stuff and got it sent in to him, and he was able to listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, and he's out now. We've done a couple of songs since, so we're all good.
Man, listen, like when I heard that song, like I didn't have to listen to it for maybe more than 10 seconds to realize it's a good song. You know, I could tell already that, this is. And I sat there and I listened. You know, and I listened. I said,
it's one of those.
This actually happened. You know, I was like,
yeah, I'm telling you, I told you about songs that are true stories and songs that are just kind of stories that just to keep listeners entertained and. Through it all and Best for You and numerous others that are really close to my heart are all true stories, and I think, you know, I'm delighted with. I mean, even you talking about the song and stuff is like bringing me a bit of joy there, like, you know, because there's a lot of these songs. Because a lot of the songs go over people's heads and they're only interested in the kind of, you know.
No, some people.
I'm not going to go into.
Yeah, some people are kind of just interested in. I'm just listening to a song. You know what I mean?
Some people just want to twerk to music, man. You know what
I
mean?
It's
the world we live in. I'm just going to jump into the comments real quick before I ask you the next question. Yeah, we're still on this album, by the way, Versey. All right.
Let's keep talking about the album. Keep going. I have all night. We can do this till the morning.
So Graham Versey, what's up, Graham? Thank you for joining. If you're new as well, come on.
That's my brother, is it? That's my brother, Graham.
Graham, you better subscribe, Graham.
Subscribe.
There's only about 6 verses in Ireland anyway, so you know.
Wow. So if something happens, you know, if something happens and the Versey is involved, do you expect people to come and knock on your door like, hey, what's going on here, Mr. Versey?
No, I'll be gone like a light. I won't know where to be seeing. I'll be looking for me anyway.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Big verses, we don't cause trouble.
Big love from Waterford. He's in Waterford, so he's in Waterford. He says big love from
Wexford.
Wexford.
I was going to say he moved to Waterford, and he never told me he was moving.
Wexford. My bad.
Yeah. It says "Best for You" is an amazing track. I mean, guys, the guys that are listening, if you're listening right now, guys, "Best for You" is actually a very good song. So just go and listen to his album. You know, honestly, you will not be disappointed. Like Ricky said. Like Ricky P said here, he said, look, the whole album start to finish is fire. Honestly, it has everything you're looking for in an album. That's what I thought. And I mean this because a lot of albums these days, including Drake's Certified Lover Boy, right? You listen to one song, like, that's okay. This one, that's okay. And then after that, it's like skip. Okay, album's done. Do you know what I mean? I did not skip a single song off of this guy's album. It was on random. And I listened to like 5 to 6 songs. And I was like, geez, I can relate to this music. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's because I'm a music fan, but I think his album.
It's because you're a musician, so you know what you listen to.
I was a music fan first. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Ricky says, look, the whole album, start to finish, is fire. Absolutely, Ricky. I agree with that.
Ricky knows what he's talking about anyway. Like,
exactly.
Versey doesn't do a bad
song. It's a fact. Damn, Versey. Oh man. Actually, Ovi, do you want to ask the next question?
We finished talking about the album now, are we?
No. You know what? Let me ask you this question.
No, hit him with it one time. Hit him with it.
Let me hit you with I think this was the last album question, basically. So you did a song called Tailspin, right?
Yeah.
This song, you were talking about having a child, and of course you have spoken about how you've had children.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin it around a little bit. Obviously, the question says, how does it feel being a rapper and a dad? You can answer that after this question I ask you, right? When you were writing that song, I'm guessing this is when you had your first child, right?
No, I wrote it. I
You wrote it
that.
after.
I had already the 3 kids when I wrote the song. So
okay.
I think I wrote it. I think I mentioned that in the verses.
You
actually,
did.
about
You
having
did.
then it kind of leads on to kind of
The
the first child to the last one is the story in between and stuff.
Correct. Your first verse talks about your first child. Your first verse, you're like, listen, I'm becoming a dad and whatnot. I've got to change a few things in my life. Then the next part is like, oh, I've got more children and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? What I want to know is the feeling that, what was how was the feeling behind that? You know what I mean? How did it feel, to become a father and then you're a rapper, all those feelings going in and you're thinking, I'm going to write a song for my kids. How did it feel?
It's weird when you say about being a father and a rapper. I don't see myself as a rapper. I just see myself as a normal person. You know what I mean? That just does a bit, that just writes a bit, records a bit. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm a father. Full stop. You know what I mean? Period. You know what I mean? So it's. Yeah, I kind of I separate the two, but then I don't as well. It's weird because the music is just a side thing. You know what I mean? And being a dad is number one. And look, it was one of those things where I had written about everything else on the album. I said the missus wouldn't be too happy now if there wasn't a song about her on the album. You know what I mean? So I'd keep all angles covered. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't end up in the doghouse. So look, as I said, I write about everything in my life from start to finish in the album, and I could not put a song out without writing about my other half and the kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, and I think that was probably maybe one of the last songs that I recorded for the album. I was kind of hemming and hawing about whether I would put it on the album or not, and then I was like, no, I have to put it on, And in fairness, there's enough material on that album as well, where I could have just put out about 5 or 6 different EPs over the space of 4 or 5 years, you know what I mean? But in the end, I just wanted to put some, because it was my debut project, so to speak. I wanted to get a good body of work together with a lot of names. And now I'm going off topic now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine. No,
you know what I mean?
No, we're here. This is pretty much 5Roundz, but your show. So, what as much as what you can say about you is the point we're here. We need.
It's my show. Then we're going to be in Montana. You put me up the top there beside Ovi, yeah.
I mean,
Ovi, you come down here.
Let's bring him down there, man. Let's bring him down.
God damn, that was quick. That was quick betrayal, bro.
It's a Versey. It's a Versey takeover. You know what I'm
saying? So Versey.
The Takeover. When you say the Takeover, funnily enough, is another song that I kind of wrote, which kind of kickstarted my second kind of term in music.
Yeah.
It's my most streamed song on Spotify now. Which
is it? Wow.
Maybe 16,000 hits. So yeah, that's and I'm not even particularly a huge fan of that song. It was a song I wrote, and this is going back now, 2016, I think. A friend of mine who was a professional MMA fighter was fighting in the 3 Arena, and he asked me to do a song for his entrance, And of course, I really hadn't kind of done music in a few years. This is a couple of years before the Ballybrat song. And I penned the tune, went out to the event, and it was blasted in the 3 Arena in front of thousands, and I was just, I was like, yeah, I need to do this. I need to stick at this.
Sick.
The Takeover, all streaming services now. Go.
There it is, guys. And
you heard the man.
And as we say, see, all his socials and all his links are gonna be down. They're down there on our bio. If it only takes a click, just click into it and see what you're gonna. You might come to, like sometimes, and I understand. I always say this to people. Some people can say, "Oh, I don't like that song." Go through the album. You're gonna find something that you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, look, it's not going to be for everyone. There's going to be a lot of songs that people might not like on it.
Yeah,
but there'll be one song at least that they like on it. There's something for everyone. And that was the kind of aim going into it as well. As I wanted to kind of be a bit diverse with the kind of the bars as well as the beats. And when you listen to the hooks on that album, like there's not a bad hook. A lot of the hooks are really catchy. I got the right people on the right songs to kind of to have those melodies and the hooks kind of stuck in people's heads and stuff. So I knew kind of what I needed to do going into the album was to just, as I said, capture the people's ear and have them singing the song for the whole day.
Come here.
Yeah, man.
Yourself, yeah. When you're singing your music, I'm still pretty much sure the answer will be straightforward anyway. But I just want to see it coming out of you anyway, right? What message are you trying to put across? Simple. Like, what message are you trying to put across in your music? When you sit down and say, I'm gonna write a song or I'm gonna produce an album, what message are you trying to put across?
Just be yourself, I suppose. It's just to kind of, I always say don't follow the trends, set them. You know what I mean? So you just be yourself, write what's true to you. Don't do what everybody else is doing. Just do what you do. There's no mad philosophy to it. It's a simple enough kind of mindset to have when you're doing music, and it'll get you places. It might get you places, it might not. You know what I mean? But just once you're kind of being true to yourself, you can't go wrong.
Now, quick, another one anyway, because I know, yourself, as we say, we'll be hitting Instagram anyway at 9 o'clock. I want to find out something. Every artist that you want, I'm always curious to know. Okay, well, what does he like? What if you had to get a top 5 of all time, top 5? First of all, I'll ask you that. Then there's a question after it. Who would you put in the top 5 artists, rappers?
Top 5 rappers.
Yes.
I could probably give you 5, maybe just in no particular order.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, 5. And
I might be a little bit biased as well.
Versey.
Well, look, I'm gonna Versey. Yeah. Look, I'm a huge fan of Mace. I think
Mace.
What you know about going
out here west, Red Lex TV, all Mace. I got into hip hop because of Mace and that whole bad boy thing, and I speak with Mace on Instagram on regular occasions. He knows I'm a huge fan. But Mace definitely, I know he's kind of in and out of music, but back in the day he was running things in the late 90s, and he's still very underrated. Even now, he put out an odd tune here or there, and he's still killing everything that is out. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, he ripped Cameron to shreds only 3 or 4 years ago on a track called The Oracle, and the dude, like, I hope he knows what I'm talking about.
We've got love for him. You got love for Mace,
I love Mace. I love Mace as Jay-Z,
Tiga,
Biggie, Nas.
Gotta have Biggie.
Nas,
Eminem.
Dude, listen, this whole list, I was like, okay, when are you gonna do this? You know what I mean? I was getting like, when are you gonna do this? Come on. I was like, what? And
well,
when
you were waiting for Eminem.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Who?
I was waiting, of course, for Eminem. I was like, okay, when is he coming? I knew Eminem was gonna be there.
Listen, man, this guy's got a strong top 5. I was surprised with Mace, because a lot of people don't give Mace credit. So
that's true.
Mace doesn't get his just dues. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's true.
You mention Mace to a lot of people nowadays, and they won't even know who he is.
Exactly.
But then when they hear the song, they go, "Oh, yeah,
oh, him.
More money, more problems."
Listen. Without Mace, there'll be no Fabulous. Arguably, there'll probably be no Kanye. You know what I'm saying? So, guys.
Well, and Mace is Kanye's favorite rapper as well, and I think he's Eminem's favorite rapper as well. If you look into it,
Look at that, man.
These are guys that know what they're talking about. Kanye, Eminem, Versey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, Versey. Yeah, throw in Versey always.
Oh man, honestly. So we've got Ricky again. Is saying, look, you didn't just bring your community together. You brought the whole country. You didn't bring the whole. The whole country loves you.
Ricky's being too nice there now. He must be looking for another feature or something, is he?
Yeah, he also wanted you to,
Ricky.
Yeah, man. He wanted you to add him to your top 5, man. So he said, "Look, Ricky P, bro, come on." Big up Ricky P.
Ricky's trailing in there at number 6.
Ooh,
he's creeping up slowly.
There you go. All right. So before we sign out, I just want to say big up Graham.
Are we signing out?
We signing out, bro. Versey, we signing out. It's been almost an hour, Versey.
But this is my show, though.
I'm
up here.
Right, sorry.
He's down there.
Sorry. Right, we're gonna. Yeah,
it's been amazing.
Absolutely. No,
we'll do. I tell you what we do. We'll have to do a part 2, right, where we kind of break down the whole album. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
From
song
start
after
to
song,
finish.
like a 5Roundz listening party. Come on now, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Graham. I want to say, Graham, your brother, actually, thank you for subscribing, Graham. We just got the notification now. Thanks for
He's in there.
He's in there, man. So anybody who's new, guys, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the content, like I said, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Do the thing. Do the thing over there, man. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button so you don't miss the content, man. People like Versey, man, these are the people that we want to be bringing on to 5Roundz. Now, Versey, it's a 5Roundz tradition for people to take for you to do the outro. You know, the guest does the outro for us. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you take it away, bro. Come on.
But I'm not the guest.
You're the guest. So
I'm not the guest
anymore.
We've changed the rules then. The owner of the show.
The owner of the show. Yeah, the rules changed. So our outlaw, every guest, every owner of the show, as you are now, gives us the outlaw up to 5 rounds. So you do your thing. It's up to you. You know what I mean?
So what you just want me to kind of sign us out and say whatever, is it? Like
whatever, sign us out. 5 rounds. Put 5 rounds in your sign out.
If you wanna do an Eminem and turn around and just show people I'm kidding.
We don't want that.
Yeah, okay.
Flipping the bird, you know what I'm saying?
I'm spitting on your onion rings.
My mama's on your lips. Come on, man. Legend in the game.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to sign us out then, yeah?
Yeah, man. Go on, man.
Okay. This has been the 5Roundz podcast with Versey.
Yeah.
Wantari, Ovi.
Too nice.
Too nice. He's too nice. He's not nicer than me, you know. He's not nicer than me, I'll tell you that.
You know. Thank you. Yeah, that's big up to you, Versey. Big up to you, Versey.
Big up you guys. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
We really appreciate you coming on.
We really do, man.
I'm honored to be on here. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me, lads.
No problem, guys. Everybody that watched this, thank you for watching it, guys. And also thank you for subscribing and thank you for liking the video. And also, guys, I hope you are now Versey fans, all right? Because I'm a Versey fan now. So go and click that link. Go and click that link and listen to that music, all right? Or even listen to this interview again and again and again.
Yeah. Right, and share it on the page.
And share it on your page, free. Guys. All right. So without further ado, we're gonna sign out. So this show is called 5Roundz, and this man has been Versey. You know who we are. See you guys later.
Cheers.